Hello and welcome to the first tutorial on learning IP addressing. My name is Saad and let's begin. An IP version 4 host needs a set of parameters in order to communicate on a network. Here are some of those parameters. Well, first of all, it needs an address. It needs an IP version 4 address, and that address contains both the network and the host portion of the device's address on the network. But we probably want to get off of our local network. That's what a default network can do for us. That's the router that knows how to get to the rest of the world. And we want to be able to type in an easy to remember name like something.com and have that translated into an IP address. This is what a DNS server can do for us. And we could absolutely go in and configure all this manually to hundreds of computers, but it's going to be a painstakingly long task. What we could do instead is dynamically assign this information using a protocol called DHCP, the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. And a DHCP server can hand out information to a host that's requesting IP address information such as the address and default gateway and DNS server, and lots of other information could be optionally configured. Here's the way it works. There are 4 message types exchanged between the host and the DHCP server, and we can use the word DORA, DORA, to help remember what those messages are. This acronym is useful to remember the 4 messages that are exchanged with DHCP. Specifically, the D in DORA reminds me of the D in the discovered broadcast message that the host sends out saying, "Hey, are there any DHCP servers out there?" Well, here we have a DHCP server and it's going to respond with the O in DORA, which is an offer message saying, "Yes, I am a DHCP server and here's my IP address if you want to talk with me." And the host says, "Great." And it sends out the R in DORA, which is the request saying, "Can you please give me some IP address information?" The server responds with the A in DORA and acknowledgement, and it's inside that acknowledgement message where we give the host all that requested information. Here's your IP address and subnet mask and so on. Now, this is great if the PC and the server happen to be on the same network segment. In other words, there's not a router sitting between these two devices. We get a bit of an issue though if we have to go through a router to get to this server. Take a look at PCB. It also wants to get the IP address information, but when it sends out its discovered broadcast, it gets dropped. The router does not forward broadcast to other network segments. So, how do we get there? Well, here's the key. We have to take that router and configure it to something called a DHCP relay agent. That way, when PCB sends out that discover message, the relay agent can now forward that intelligently to the DHCP server, and PCB gets its IP address information as well. And that's a look at how we can dynamically assign IP version 4 address information. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.